Now that the new return to play plan is in place, we can start looking at some of the teams that are in this new format and predict how they're going to do once play does resume. Hey, it's Matt from Puck Rivals, and as a Leaf fan, I decided to make a video addressing the question that Toronto fans have been asking every year since 1967. And that question is, can the Leafs actually win the Cup this year? Well, yeah, they can. Now hold on, before you roll your eyes and click off this video, hear me out. As crazy as the NHL playoffs are, this new format is going to take that to new levels. And because of that, I've come up with 3 reasons why I think that the Leafs can win the Stanley Cup this year. And starting off with that first reason is because the team is healthy. Well, most of them. And by most of them, I mean everyone for the most part will be healthy, besides Andreas Johnson, who's rehabbing his knee after surgery and was given a 6-month timeline which would take him into mid to late August, which means he could be back at some point after the playoffs have already started. The Leafs will get Ilya Mikheyev back in the lineup after he recovered from his nasty wrist injury he suffered in December against New Jersey. And that was a really unfortunate injury for Mikheyev, who's through his first NHL season doing really well for his first couple months. Jake Muzzin will also be healthy after breaking his hand in February. And not to mention, guys that were still in the lineup that were playing through injuries will also be healthy during this time. And I know this is the case for all teams, but this video is about the Leafs, okay? And the most important part, not only is the team going to be completely healthy, their number 1 goalie and backbone, Frederik Andersen, is going to be rested, which is the absolute biggest benefit that the Leafs get from this break. The only thing that can kind of be concerning is Freddie's notorious for slow starts in October. Throughout his 4 seasons with the Leafs, he's only had one where he was over a .915 save percentage in October. So with this return to play plan, it doesn't really give him a lot of time to get into a sort of rhythm. But if the Leafs are going to win in the playoffs, it's going to be on Frederik Andersen's back. And after being all rested, I think Freddie will be able to handle anything that comes his way in the playoffs. Now on to reason number 2 why I think the Leafs can win the Stanley Cup this year. This is the deepest team they've ever had. For one thing, the youngsters are even better after another year of experience. Matthews is coming off a 47-goal regular season where he definitely would have hit the 50-goal mark if the season didn't get shut down. And ever since the Leafs ended their playoff drought in 2016, this D group is the best it's ever been. And the one reason that is because that's not really saying too much, because they haven't been that great. But even if you look at last year's lineup and consider Barrie a replacement for Gardner and CC a replacement for Zaitsev, you still have a year older and better Travis Dermott and Justin Holl, who showed he can be a useful shutdown D-man in the NHL, and you could have maybe found that out last year if he wasn't a healthy scratch for a whopping 71 games. But anyway. And they also have some better options. People do get injured, like Marincin is still there, but he's not the one that's going to be subbing in first. At least there's Rasmus Sandin there, and maybe Liljegren would get a chance over him. It's not the best blue line, but it's definitely the best one the Leafs have had over the past few years. It's also very known that the Leafs still have major forward depth, and this has been the team's identity over the past few years. Without Johnsson and Mikheyev for long stretches during the season, they needed guys like Alex Kerfoot to move up the lineup. The 3rd and 4th lines got a lot weaker, and the Leafs lacked that dynamic presence that would have been there if the team was fully healthy, which they'll have now. They have scoring threats on every line and can wear teams down with speed and skill, and this gives them many options, and scoring depth is very crucial to be successful in the playoffs. There's also the potential wildcard and prospect Nick Robertson, after it was announced that he made the playoff quote-unquote taxi squad, and there are more and more articles coming out that he has the potential to make the starting lineup going into the play-in series. It's a long shot for sure, but he scored 55 goals in 46 OHL games this year, so he could be a potential scoring depth option for the team. And coming into the playoffs with no experience can sometimes be a benefit, since he'll be coming in not really overthinking anything. Plus, other teams won't necessarily know how to play against him, since they've never seen him play this level before, so it could catch people off guard. And that's not saying there's a potential that can go the other way as well, but a surprise skill player to add on a 3rd line could be the difference between a winning and a losing team in the NHL playoffs. And the 3rd reason why I think the Leafs can win the Stanley Cup this year is because, wouldn't it just be funny? Wouldn't it be funny that it happened this year based off of Leaf luck, because then people could say it really doesn't count, or it doesn't really matter. I mean, personally, I don't care what people say. Even if Leafs win the COVID Cup this year, I'm still going to be pretty happy. But even just looking at how the format is set up, it helped the team gear up for the first round against a tougher opponent. Since they'll be playing a series with more meaningful games, while the other teams are only playing round-robin games, even though they're playing round-robins for seeding, it's not as meaningful as playing for your fate. And this Leaf team definitely does have the skill to win it all, but all logic aside, they definitely have the luck where this would be the year that they win. But maybe that's the best scenario for the whole hockey world. Leaf fans are happy because their team wins the cup, and the rest of the hockey world is less upset about it because it was the pandemic playoffs, and they will always be able to use that as an excuse. But like I said, I don't care and would be totally fine with that scenario. So those are my 3 reasons why I think the Leafs can win the Stanley Cup this year. I mean, really win it. If you're a Leaf fan and enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button, and maybe that'll help the Leafs get some more luck going into the playoffs. I know they definitely need all of it. Make sure to let us know in the comments what other things you would like us to cover as the NHL continues to gear up on returning this summer. And if you like hockey videos, make sure to subscribe because that's what we do on this channel. But with that, I will see you guys next time.